Om Sahana Vavatu O Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurupyo Namaha Hari Om. So we will do the vacation prayer. Vasudevendra Yogindram
Vasudevendra-yogindram
Swagnanapradam Gurum
Natva-gnanapradam gurum
Mumukshunam Hitarthaya
Mumukshunam hitarthaya
Tattvabodho Vidiyate.
Tattvabodho bidiyate.
So we saw that in the invocation, the author is saying that I'm going to expound this text called Tattvabodha for the well-being of the mumukshus, meaning those desirous of moksha, meaning liberation, meaning freedom from bondage, meaning freedom from a sense of helplessness.
Yes.
And how am I doing this? Natva Guru, having saluted my Guru, who is Gnanapradam, who is the giver of knowledge. Having done so, I am commencing this text. And then we started seeing this Sadhan Chatushtaya. Because he talked that whom am I going to give this, or of whose well-being? Then he said, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikarina, meaning those mumukshus who are qualified, who are not just anybody, but those who are qualified, who are eligible to do this viveka, to do this discrimination, to understand this knowledge. So then naturally the Shishya is going to ask, what is this Sadhan Chatushtaya? What is this four type of qualification you're going to that you are going to talk about, or that you are talking? Then he gives the list that Nitya first is Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shatka, Sampatti and Mumukshu. So what kind of Viveka? Not the Dharma, Adharma Viveka. Here or not some other Viveka that we will learn later on. So here it is talked about Nitya-Anitya Vastu Viveka. Otherwise, Vedanta talks about a lot of Viveka, doing Dharma, Adharma Viveka, Atma, Anatma Viveka, Satya, Mithya Viveka, which we will learn over the period. But at this point, what is the qualification required? That he should be able, the person that we should be. I'm going to use we because Sajani prefers not using he, so I'm going to train my mind to use we. So, what kind of qualification do we need? We need to be able to discriminate what is nitya and what is anitya. And then viragaha is explained as iha means here and amutra means thereafter somewhere else. Like here in India, amutra means Australia or somewhere else. Artha phala bhoga viragaha. This craving for pleasure from the result of an action which is done here, or from the result of action, um, from the pleasures which we may experience here or somewhere else as a result of the karma that we do in this life. So for that, having this passion, not having that, that longing, that drive, that overdrive. So that is called viraga. In brief, we will see that in detail. Then Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. So this Vivek and Vairagya are the qualities of Buddhi, intellect. Then Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti is the quality of this mind, um, So Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. Again, we will look into it when we come at that point. And
Hmm.
Mokshitvam,
Hmm.
status of having intense desire.
Hmm.
The only desire, which drops all the other desires, meaning it's the priority in our life. It's not one of the things
Hmm.
among all the other desires. It is the only desire. So,
Hmm.
an intense desire.
Hmm.
So then we started on Viveka. So the student is asking now, okay, you have listed me all the qualifications. So what is this Nitya Vastu Viveka?
Hmm.
Nitya Vastu Viveka kaha? What is that? So Guruji says, Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. This Nitya Vastu, this thing that is unchanging, that is permanent, is one alone, and that is Brahman. And everything other than that, Sarvam Anityam.
Hmm.
Everything other than that is how that is Anityam. Um, Ayameva Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. This alone is the Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. So
Hmm.
up till this we had seen, right? So
Hmm.
now I gave you some homework.
Hmm. Yes, I have done
So
it.
yes, so why don't you?
Huh.
So that was regarding Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka, right?
Hmm. And so the homework was examine your life for desires and what was the master desire of all of that.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah,
Okay, yes.
right? That is true.
Yeah.
The age question, na tame?
Okay,
Huh.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so I'll just quickly summarize it. Um, so my whole life, like, so it has two parts. It's different now. Okay, so growing up, I હું મારી જાતને એકદમ desirous જ સમજુ છું પહેલા when I was growing up. મારું આખું લાઈફમાં I always grew up desiring things. So I always wanted a good career, good house, big cars, travel, clothes. મને એવું જ હતું for the most part of my life કે એ બધી વસ્તુ જ તમારા લાઈફની સક્સેસની નિશાની છે
Hmm.
until when I was 20 years old. મને હું આજુબાજુ બી એ જ જોતી હતી હું એ જ જોતી હતી કે પૈસાવાળા લોકો હોય એને બધા માન આપે એને બધા અને એવું હતું જ તો આપણી સોસાયટીમાં રાઈટ કે જ્યાં ઘણા પૈસાવાળા લોકો હોય એ આમ અલગ રીતે આમ તો until the age of 20 મને એ જ હતું કે એ જ છે બધું but when I left my home and I came here and when I started working for everything, now there is a change in my desire. So frankly speaking, I still desire to have
Hmm.
money. I still desire to have a good, like, freedom
Hmm.
of money.
Yeah,
અને
yeah.
હવે મને એટલું બધું ડિઝાયર નથી કે હું બધું ખરીદી લઉં આ કરું તે કરું પણ આઈ સ્ટીલ હેવ મને એવું સ્ટીલ એવું છે કે હું એક સારી વસ્તુ મારી જાતને સેટિસ્ફાય કરું એ સ્ટીલ છે બટ
Hmm.
વન થિંગ નાઉ આઈ નો ઇઝ દેટ ઇવન ઇફ એ બધી વસ્તુ મને મળે કે ના મળે આઈ વિલ બી ફાઇન ડીપ ડાઉન
Hmm.
મને એ વસ્તુ સમજણ પડી ગઈ છે અને આઈ એમ હેપી વિથ ઓર વિદાઉટ ઇટ અને માસ્ટર ડિઝાયર ઓફ ઓલ મને એવું લાગે છે મને નથી
Hmm.
ખબર હજુ પણ ગ્રોઈંગ અપ મને એવું જ સમજાવવામાં આવ્યું હતું મેં એવું જ જોયું હતું મને એવું જ શીખવાડ્યું હતું કે
Hmm.
પૈસા વાળું માણસ
Hmm.
કંઈક છે તો આઈ થિંક
Hmm.
ડીપ ડાઉન એ મારું કંઈક
Hmm.
એવું બની ગયું મારામાં આઈ ડોન્ટ નો પણ આઈ થિંક માસ્ટર ડિઝાયર ઇઝ ધેટ મની
Hmm.
માઇન્ડેડ ડિઝાયર આઈ થિંક સો આઈ ડોન્ટ નો તો બસ આટલું
But okay,
હમ
good. No, very good. And I like that you are honest about everything,
હમ
and that helps me,
હા
steer where I want to. First of all, welcome, Sajni.
ઓ યા વેલકમ સજની આઈ ડિડન્ટ સી યુ
Hello, just
Yeah.
હમ
settling in, just settling down. I'll open the
હમ
video in a minute.
હા
Okay,
હા
that's okay. So, uh, so uh, coming back, Tula, to your
હમ
examination.
હમ
Uh, you think you feel that your master desire, the desire behind all your desire, is to have that money. I want to probe into that a little more.
હમ
uh, what will happen once you have more money? What are you
Mm,
ultimately desiring after having more money?
mm.
Even after having more money, is it not happiness?
Yeah, peace, happiness, yeah, whatever.
So, you feel that more money will give you more comfort, and more comfort
Mm,
will give you that
mm,
happiness. So,
mm,
ultimately, why the reason why you are desiring for more money
mm,
is happiness.
mm,
If
mm,
if uh, if uh, like let us say that there are two options that how
mm,
you can make more money,
mm,
and if you know that in one option you will make a lot of money, but it will give you unhappiness, it will not
mm,
give you happiness. And
mm,
then there is another option where perhaps it will not give you so much money as the first option, but it
mm,
will give you reasonably more money than what you
mm,
have right now.
mm, mm,
So what are you going to select if this is
mm,
what life challenges you with?
mm,
This is the situation. Then what are you going to select? Are you going to go for
mm,
uh, the more money one, or
mm,
are you going to go for the less money one but happiness?
mm,
So
mm,
this is where, let us say, even if you say, okay, every situation gives you some discomfort, some unhappiness.
mm,
So let us say, even if you choose the first option, that
mm,
which gives you more
mm,
money, then once you start living, and
mm,
if you realize, and when you realize that I'm saying if, but when you realize
mm,
that ultimately um, what I was targeting through this craving of
mm,
money is not money. I'm not
ah,
craving money for the sake of money. I'm
mm,
craving money for the sake of something else. Even if
mm,
this conclusion is clear, whether
mm,
whether that money is going to give you happiness or not,
mm,
let us keep it aside.
mm,
But one equation is for sure, that
mm,
you are craving money not for the sake of money.
mm,
You are craving money for the sake of what that money will give you.
give you, yeah,
Right? That equation is clear,
mm,
that we are
yeah,
convinced. So, okay, you are still young and you still have to live life. So we are not at no point in Tattvabodha or any
mm,
Vedanta, we are going to say that you leave whatever you are doing,
mm,
etc. But we want to change the way of thinking. We want
mm,
to change our way, our attitudes. We want to change our outlook towards life. This
mm,
is all what we are going to do. It's not that we are going to drop our cars and
mm, mm,
homes, etc. That is not expected from
mm,
all of you who are in the working professionals,
mm,
etc. Uh, and that's not needed. So what is expected is that we see the flaw in how we are imposing um, more worth to something than what that thing can give us. And
mm,
what will happen when we give more worth to something than what it can give us? What will happen if I
we,
give, if something that is not gold,
mm,
if something that is imitation jewelry, let
mm,
us say, if I am fooled by it and I pay the price of gold for
mm,
something that is imitation, and
ah,
then I come to know that, oh, I paid the price of gold for something that was
mm,
not gold. How will
mm,
I feel after, when I discover that?
disappointed.
How disappointed, very disappointed,
Very,
and
very,
very much
hurt.
frustrated. Right?
Mm,
So, and so also is with everything, that so far I overvalued something,
mm,
and I put all my eggs in one nest. overvaluing something. And then when I discover, what happens? I am disappointed. And if you have examined your desire, have you found that sometimes it has happened that you desired something, and sometimes that desire resulted into some discomfort? If that has
Always.
happened, then why has your desire resulted into discomfort? We can analyze that. Why did that desire, that particular desire, when either fulfilled or not fulfilled, why did it give you that sense of discomfort? Because, I would like you to examine it, uh, but you will find that somewhere you overvalued something. એ જરૂર કરતા એને વધારે તમે મૂલ્ય આપી દીધો છે.
પ્રાધાન્ય આપી દીધું. હા.
Pradhanya, priority, as well as it may not have that much value as you thought in your mind. You thought that that thing is very useful for you, but it may not serve that much usefulness. So it's a matter of discovering. But the desire behind all desire is what? Yes, I may desire everything to have more money, but even that more money is for what? Is not for the sake of money. Even the money that we desire is for the sake of something else. What? So that money will give me comfort. So what will happen when I get comfort? So when I have comfort, I'll be happy. I'll be peaceful. So
Just for a
ultimately,
small
it
time.
comes down to happiness, right? So the desire behind all desires, it is never that I will desire something so that I will be uncomfortable, so that I'll be unhappy. Have you, is among all your desires, can you visualize any of your desire which you desired so that you will be in uncomfortable situation, or you
No.
will be unhappy? Or do you think you will ever desire something uh, so that you will be uncomfortable, or so that
No.
you'll be unhappy?
No.
Or do you think anybody in this world will desire something so that that person will be unhappy or uncomfortable? Anybody?
No. No.
Not even just you and me, anybody.
No.
Anybody in different culture, different country, different timing, different
No.
era, different age, in the past or in the future, 1,000 years back, 1,000 years henceforth. So, when we examine in this manner, we find that the desire behind all desire is what? To be happy. That conclusion is there.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to come to Sajini for a minute. So I'm not sure, Sajini, were you able to listen to the last recording?
Still, I have to do that.
Okay. I had given a homework, so
Okay.
you will not have done that homework, but you can do that. So the homework I gave to Tula was to figure out the desire behind all desires. So examine your life, examine what different kind of desires you entertained through your life, through your childhood, through your youth, through the different phases of your life, and try to examine ultimately, was it just that desire that you desired? uh, was it just a thing that you desired, or was it something else? Why did you have that desire? uh, and when that desire didn't get fulfilled, how did you feel, and why did you feel that? Or let us say the desire did fulfill, then did you get fulfilled? uh, you know I may have a desire to have a nice butterscotch ice cream. Is there a guarantee that I'll be fulfilled? Uh, 10 days back, I went to a nice restaurant and I had a nice meal in what East Side Mario's.
Mm.
Nice pasta, nice
Mm.
salad, and I had, wow, this is yummy. So now what? Next weekend, I'm going to go again with my friends there. Is there a guarantee that I will have the same feeling when I order that same plate?
You usually know I heard of this value of law of diminishing returns. So maybe you would talk about it. We have like
Law of diminishing value, and that is one thing. And also, is there a guarantee the thing will come as I had in the past? One thing. There is no guarantee that the menu I select, I'll get the same quality. One thing, right? The second thing, even if it is the same quality, the dish is the same quality, is my mind necessarily going to be in the same frame to enjoy it? I go for a
uh,
vacation. I've given this
mhm.
example in the past. I go for a vacation, and if I hear some bad news that a hurricane happened, and some friends of mine they got affected, will I be happy to enjoy that vacation?
And the mind will be conflicted,
Yeah,
Mm.
thinking about the friends, and then yeah, thinking about the friends while on the sunny beach, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. So the mind will not be in the mood to enjoy the vacation. So there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee that things and objects and situations will give me happiness always. So, the desire behind all desire, this is what we are examining, is what is happiness. So, if the object is not able to give me that, or if my mindset is not able to give me that, I remain unfulfilled. And we talked about that pot without the bottom, so
Mm.
that usually, so this is another examination that I want you to do, that uh, you tried fulfilling your desires. So you have, every time you fulfilled your desire, imagine as if you dropped your desire in your pot. So how much has your pot filled up? Has your pot filled
Mm.
up?
Mm.
It should have filled up.
Yeah.
But do you find it filled up, or is it
Yeah.
still wanting? See, when you're thirsty and you drink water, then your thirst should have quenched, right? Okay, no more. I've drank one full glass of water, or I don't know, 1 liter
Mm.
of water, no more. So your thirst should quench, right? So your desire, you keep on desiring. Has that desire been quenched? That I want you to examine. So that's
Mm.
the homework. Try to examine your life and see what is the desire behind all desire.
Mm.
Um, it's already discussed. It's not a surprise uh, that the desire behind all desire is happiness. But examine your life and see if does this hold true. Does it hold true, or do you find something else in your life? So this I want you to uh, examine. So I want
Mm.
to dwell on some other points. This Nitya-Anitya Vastu Viveka. So we were talking last lecture about the four kind of qualifications that a student must have uh, in preparation to study this text called Tattvabodha. And so the student asked, what are those four qualifications? And the teacher replied, Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shatka Sampatti, and Mumukshutvam. So the list was given, and then the student asked each of the qualifications, and the teacher gives details about each of them. And so, yeah, last time we were at this Nitya-Anitya Vastu Viveka, that what is the qualification required in a student, that he must be able to discriminate between what is Nitya Vastu and what is Anitya Vastu, what is permanent thing and what is impermanent. What is the thing which will give me permanent happiness and what is the thing which will not give me permanent happiness. That this and the Guruji answers that Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma, this Brahman, or we can understand it as Ishvara or Narayana, is or Devi, whoever your Ishta Devta, that alone is the one Nitya Vastu, that alone is the one permanent thing in life. Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam. Everything other than that is what? Everything other than that is anityam, impermanent. Ayameva nitya anitya vastu viveka. So this we talked about. And just want to dwell a little on this. Um, so I wanted you to examine the desire behind all desires. Okay, sorry. I wanted you to examine what? The desire behind all desire is what? Uh, for something that is lasting,
Hmm.
for something that is not changing all the time. Uh, whatever I'm desiring, I want it to remain with me.
Hmm.
I don't want it to, મને મળી જાય અને પછી પાછું
Hmm.
જતું રહે એવું નથી જોઈતું. I
Hmm.
want that thing to stay with me. So
Hmm.
what is that? That is and stay as I want it. So
Hmm.
કેક આવી તો કેક
Hmm.
બગડી જાય that's not what I want.
Hmm.
Whatever I desire for, it should remain in a nice
Hmm.
stale free condition, right?
Hmm.
So in a condition without any modification. So I want the thing in to be free from any modification, to remain free from modification,
Hmm.
and to remain with me for a good length of time.
Hmm.
And I don't want it to be just momentary, that it just, comes for a moment and then goes away. That's not what I want.
Hmm.
So when I examine all my desires and I analyze why did I have another desire if one desire fulfilled my expectation, then, why did I go for another desire?
Hmm.
So, and then you find that this thing you will see in all of, whatever you desired, whatever thing is there in the world, you find what? They're always changing. They're always, they're perhaps momentary. They are, they are a modification, and you want something that is free from modification, you want something that is free from change, you want something that is free from uh, momentariness.
Hmm.
How uh, would you like happiness that is that will just come and go, or would you like that happiness to remain with you?
Hmm.
How do you conclude that? See, as we grew up, we had simple desires like what? Simple desires like going out on a vacation, simple desires like spending time with my friend, simple desires like having ice cream or going to a restaurant. These are all simple desires. But from
Hmm.
the simple desires, um, what was the desire behind those simple desires? Uh, that we wanted
Hmm.
some happiness. It was all for happiness.
Yeah.
It was not for your requirement that you
Mm.
went for all this, right? It was for some happiness. Uh, but what kind of happiness did you want when you spend time with your friends? What kind of happiness were you expecting? Uh, were you
Some
expecting
understanding. Some understanding.
understanding?
Uh,
Understanding of what?
Emotions.
Emotions. What would happen when the person, when your friend would understand the emotions? You would feel
Uh,
accepted.
some validation. Yeah.
Validation. You would feel acceptable. That I would feel a sense of, okay, I am acceptable. Because we are all conscious beings, so somehow we somehow we somehow face suffer or face this non-acceptance, self non-acceptance. There is something called self non-acceptance with every human being, uh, that I am not able to accept myself just as I am, and so I constantly am looking to change things around me or
Mm.
change situations around me, right? So self non-acceptance.
Mm.
I'm going to go in a loop, but it's okay. That's what.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah,
So I think you remember the first one we started when we classes. That's where we saw the
started with
desires.
self non-accept. Yes,
Yes, and
yes,
desires also have the to judge જે હોય desire ની it starts from the insecurity. કે તમારે કોઈ બી ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ જે માણસ થોડું ગરીબીમાં મોટું થયું હોય અને એવું હોય કે ના મને થોડા વધારે પેલા જોઈએ છે જે ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ રાઈટ નાઉ વેન લાઈક so it comes sense of comfort કે મને જ્યાં
and
comfort જોઈએ છે
security
exactly.
and comfort, happiness and security.
Yeah, so that આપણને એવું લાગે કે that will give us happiness. કે મને ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ હું જઈશ અને મને સારો આઈસ્ક્રીમ ખાવા મળશે તો મને સારું લાગશે વિથ ફ્રેન્ડ્સ
Mm.
because it comes from the sense કે મને ક્યારેક હું deprived હતી આઈસ્ક્રીમ ખાવાથી ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ it might
Yeah,
be because of that,
it
right? The
it
deprivation.
yes, it can be two ways. Either
Hmm.
you are deprived and then you want to experience it for the first time,
Hmm.
or you have already experienced it,
Experience.
and so now you want more of those experience.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
but if an experience has given you joy,
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, then that's it, right? You need not go for that experience
Hmm.
again for joy.
Yeah.
But we don't find that. We find that an experience is able, or people are able to give me what? Only limited joy and only limited
Hmm.
security. But I don't want limited joy or limited security. I want
Hmm.
what? I want that security to stay with me.
Hmm.
I want that happiness to stay with me. So I'm saying things which need some deeper examination.
Hmm.
Um, so some more churning on both of you,
Hmm.
so that we can come to this conclusion. Ultimately, what I want. So one conclusion I want you to have conviction. I want you to be very clear is that whatever I desire, whatever that master desire be, that is the desire behind having that is something else. I am not desiring something just for the sake of desiring a thing. I am not desiring to have company of a friend just for uh, for desiring that company. I'm desiring something else. What that friend is would understand me. That I would feel more comfortable. And then uh, why am I desiring that comfortable self? So you keep on digging. Okay, that this desire, why am I desiring this? And then you will land up that it's for something else that you were desiring this. Then you probe into this one as well. Why are you desiring that your friend will understand you and you will find yourself to land on something else? Like that, ultimately, you will find that why are you desiring anything? You will land into you are desiring anything so that you feel happy and you feel secure. But what kind of happiness and security are we talking about? uh, See, even these friends and family and ice creams and whatnot, entertainment, all these also gives you happiness and security. But the problem is, they give you happiness and security. They stay as they seem to, give you happiness and security. They stay like that for a while, but they do not stay that long enough. It may stay
Hmm.
like that for in my notions for a year or two or even for a day, and then soon I realize that ના હવે કઈ બદલવું છે, કઈ મજા નથી
Hmm.
આવતી. I'm bored.
હા બોર
Why do
થઈ
you get
ગયા.
bored?
હા.
If a thing is able to give you happiness, why should you get bored? Can you ever get
Hmm.
bored by something which is giving you happiness? Can you ever
No.
get bored by something that is giving you happiness? This is a question.
Hmm.
But you
You
do
should
get bored.
not. Hmm.
You
You
should
should
not,
not,
but
but
you do
you
get
do.
bored.
Yeah.
What does that imply? That you are not getting happiness from that object.
હા
Now, this is
તો
the
that is
conclusion which
નિત્ય અનિત્ય
have to.
વસ્તુ. હા.
Ha.
હા.
So, we think that a particular thing or a relation, etc., is giving you happiness or security. But what did I say?
એ કેમ ખુશ નથી, પરમનન્ટ ખુશી નથી એમાં, રાઈટ? તમે
Why? Yes.
હા.
So we were getting into the logic of this boredom thing,
હા.
that we feel that we are getting bored of something, and so we want a change in life. Why do we want a
હમ.
change in life? Because okay, now I had enough of this, now I want something more. Because
હમ.
that thing which so far promised me to give me
હમ.
happiness and security, I feel that's not good enough. I want something
હમ.
more. I want
હમ.
something more.
Yeah.
So this keeps on, this continues all through our life. So, um, that examination, that ultimately what I want is that happiness and security which doesn't go through this process of gradation, that okay, it's going to give me happiness for so long and then I'll get bored and then again I have to hunt for another source of happiness and security, again I have to go on. So it is like that wandering. વણઝારા જે કહેતા હતા ને, I don't know
હમ.
what's the word in English. There's a word gypsy, like a gypsy.
નોમાડ. હા.
Yeah, nomad
હા.
life,
હા.
nomadic
હા.
life, like a nomadic life. Our
હા.
mind is just you know
Yeah.
continuously going after one object or situation for happiness and security to another. uh, that's not what I want. I want something which gives me happiness and security once and for all, and it doesn't keep on changing and
હમ.
frustrated to change. This is all we have to examine through our life and our situation, individual life.
હમ.
And so, what I'm looking for is that happiness and security to not change, to remain as is. Because every time it changes, I feel as if that thing has betrayed me.
હા.
Again, this has to be an examination. Do I feel that way? Uh,
Yeah.
or do I not? Or I may not say that the thing has betrayed, but I just see that,
હમ.
okay, this thing is able to give me only this much happiness and not any further.
હમ.
And so I go for more, more.
હા.
What is the culmination of that more? Is there something called most happiness? Is there something called limitless happiness?
Happiest. The
And
superlative
are
is
you looking
happiest.
for limited happiness or limitless happiness? So, this is the examination we are doing. In your life, are you looking for limitless happiness or limited happiness? In your life, are you looking for limitless security or limited security? So, this is the big question in our life.
Mm.
So, with the desire behind all the desires, the examination that you did,
Mm.
uh, because you have done this that exercise, you think about it. Uh, for all those desires, did you actually desire for that particular thing, or were you looking for something limitless? Were you
Mm.
were you looking for something changing, or were you looking for something changeless that would not change? What were you
Mm-hmm.
looking?
Most of the people like me, when I was 20, like most of the people, I think they don't understand the concept of
You don't
limited and
understand, but
limitless.
now you
Huh,
know, right?
huh,
આપણે એવું નથી કહેતા કે ખોટું કે ખરા,
huh,
પણ હવે આપણને ખબર
ખબર
પડે ને
પડ
કે
હા,
હા, even when you were looking for okay, આ
હમ,
બદલતું છે, and this is
હમ,
changing, but I still want it. But exactly what did you want? Even
હમ,
when you think that you are going for a changing thing, uh, you are actually going with an imagination that
હમ.
that changing thing will give you something changeless.
હા. એટલે
This
એ
is
તમને
very
કઈક
subtle.
ખુશી પરમનન્ટ આપશે એવું તમને લાગે છે. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ મને વેકેશન પર જવું છે તો મને એવું લાગે છે કે ઇટ વિલ ચેન્જ માય હોલ mindset. It
Mindset.
doesn't, that is the next, that is second thing. પણ મને તો એવું લાગે છે ને કે હું વેકેશન પર જઈશ એટલે મારું આખું લાઈફ સારું થઈ જશે ઓલ ઓફ અ
Mm.
સડન. મને એવું લાગે છે તો એવું જ રાઈટ, મને એવું છે કે લિમિટલેસ છે પણ એ એકચ્યુઅલી લિમિટેડ છે, સમથિંગ લાઈક ધેટ.
Yes, yes. So, yeah. So even when you
હમ
go for something changing, in your mind, in the subtle form, you are actually you are imagining that you will be in a more
હમ
better mind frame after having that vacation. What happens is,
હમ
once you come back from the vacation, whatever workload was so far, it comes back not
હમ
only with that workload, but with double the workload, because
હમ
now you have to do it in a certain time frame, whatever. But
હમ
so uh, this
હમ
this concept that I want to firm up is that you are looking for something changing, changeless. You are looking for something limitless, even when you go for something limited. So, in this way, what is Nitya, Anitya, Vastu, Viveka? Uh, that what I am desiring for in life is not something that is continuously changing, is not something that is momentary, because anything that is momentary will not give me that lasting happiness. First of all, what am I looking for? I am looking for lasting happiness and lasting security, not something that will come and go. That's first thing.
હમ
And whatever this things so far that I've experienced, they are capable of giving me only what kind of happiness? The happiness and security which comes and goes. So all of these are able to give me happiness and security which comes and goes. But what kind of happiness and security I want? That which stays. એને જ આપણે કહીએ છીએ નિત્ય વસ્તુ અને અનિત્ય વસ્તુ. So anitya vastu is what that which gives you the security and happiness that comes and goes. That is anitya vastu. Whereas the nitya vastu is that which will give you that lasting happiness and security. So we are talking about this person with a mind frame who has gone through this life experiences, going after in search for that lasting happiness and security, not knowing that he was going for lasting happiness and security. And now that he has examined his life, he suddenly finds what has happened in my life. See, I've lived so many experiences, so many situations with so many people, and none of them is infallible. None of them is trustworthy. None of them is giving me the happiness which stays with me forever. And I don't want that, because every time it gives me disappointment. Every time
Mm.
it leaves me frustrated. And I don't want to be frustrated with my life. I don't want to be disappointed with my life. So this person has gone through this process and he feels enough. No, I, I don't need this. And first of all, he examines this. He understands that he wants something that is lasting, and he examines that whatever he has experienced so far in the world is what anitya, is not lasting, is impermanent. He has a very clear understanding of all these things, has given me only impermanent happiness and security, and I want lasting happiness and security. Now the question is, big question, is there something called lasting happiness and security? You are talking big talks, but is there such a thing called lasting happiness and security? So
Mm.
the desire is there that the thing will not continue to, come and go. It will just stay with me. This desire is there.
Mm.
આખું શું કહેવાય, even if you don't understand in the, in that nitya vastu, etc., all
Mm.
that language, but you want that things should stay with you, that feeling,
Mhm.
જે પણ જોઈએ એ મારી જોડે રહે, કે પૈસા જોઈએ તો એ રહે, પૈસાથી જે કમ્ફર્ટ જોઈએ છે એ રહે, right? I want more money. What
Mm.
for? So that I get comfort level. What kind of comfort level? That will come and go, અને પછી ફરી પાછી મહેનત કરવી પડે?
Mm.
No, not like that. Not that I have to continuously work and work and work for that comfort. A comfort that will just stay with me without a lot of hard work, without lot of uh, conflicts in life. That kind of comfort I desire for. Simple thing. So this, uh, so in this manner, the person, when he has this clear understanding that I am looking for something which is lasting, which is infallible, which is trustworthy, which is nitya, meaning which is which is the permanent, lasting happiness and security. And what I have experienced so far is anitya. It is fallible. It is not
Mm.
trustworthy, and it comes and goes. It doesn't stay. It comes and goes. So then he's longing for this nitya vastu is so much that he now has this what do you call, um, his attachment for this anitya vastu.
Mhm.
It goes, his longing for this nitya vastu, his longing for this lasting happiness, and his understanding that I am, what I'm looking for is lasting happiness, and all this is giving me changing happiness. And so far, what happened in my life? So far, although I was looking for lasting happiness, I was imagining or projecting that these changing things are capable to give me that lasting happiness. So now the Viveka, the discrimination that happens in in his mind, in this person's our mind, is what that I was falsely thinking or projecting that this thing or people are capable of giving me that happiness which I am actually looking for in and through all my desires. What I'm actually looking for is that lasting, infallible, trustworthy thing, and this uh, anitya vastu is not able to give me. So this clear understanding he has.
Mm-hmm.
So far, what happened in life was, uh, so far, uh, there was no two different compartments. So far, there was only one compartment that he desired and he got happiness.
Mm.
We didn't analyze. Sorry. We didn't, sorry. We didn't analyze. So, so far, we just keep on desiring and enjoy the outcome of that desire, which is happiness.
Mm.
Uh, but we don't probe into it that actually, am I looking for just that happiness which I get from having a good lunch or dinner at a nice restaurant or having a nice ice cream with my friend or just spending some nice time at the beach on a full moon? Is that the happiness I'm looking for? It doesn't last because, next time
Mm.
I go to the beach, I may not have the same kind of happiness. So, and that gradation, there is a gradation that sometimes I get more happiness on the beach, sometimes I get less happiness. So what exactly am I looking for? And then, there's also, like Sajani was telling, law of elimination, that now I'm bored, now I want
Mm.
something more. Why am I bored? If something is capable of giving me happiness, why am I bored? I should not be bored,
Mm.
but I do get bored. That means that I am not getting that
What?
thing by
Mm.
which I'm desiring from any particular thing or a situation.
Mm.
So
Can I
this
ask a
is,
question?
yes.
Sorry, when I get hungry, I put the video off and then I eat something and I
Mm.
listen.
Okay.
But, um, uh, we talk about desire a lot. Is it possible to share the difference between desire and duty? Or do I have certain duties towards myself and towards others? And that sometimes the lines for me are not so clear between desire and duty. What is my duty and what is my desire? When we live a
Duty is something,
Mm,
duty is something which, which you, duty is regarding or based on your role. See, all of us are in a setup, and
mm,
in that setup, what whatever the role's script should be. If
yeah.
there is a drama, then every role has a script, and according to that script, that person has to play that role. That is that
Mm,
person's duty. So
mm,
also, we are in different setup, and in that setup, whatever that role calls for, like a role of a daughter calls for a certain
Mm.
duties, role of an employee calls for a duty. So we have many roles. We don't have just one role, we have many roles, and in fact, with different people, we have different roles. So we may interact with 1,000 people, or I don't know, 10 people, 10 different people in a during a day. Then we may have 10 different roles.
mhm,
And also, if we are meeting those people in a different setup, then again, it would be a different kind of role. If we
mm,
meet a person in a work environment, it would be a different kind of role, as opposed to when I meet the same person in outside the work environment. Uh, so this will call for the duty with regards to what that setup calls for. So if it is a work environment, then in accordance with whatever work you have to do, in accordance with that, you have to understand, okay, as an employee, what is the expectation of the employer from me? So that becomes your duty. If it is, if you are at home, then okay, in at home it's my mom and I and my father, etc. So what's my duty in that setup? That I should be helping mom, or how to have some division of labor, so that the functioning, basically the functioning of that setup, does not get compromised. So that is duty. Duty is, you function in a way so that the harmony of the setup is not compromised, and you are helpful in the smooth functioning of that setup. Desire is what? Desire is your fancy. Desire is something that you fancy for your comfort. So duty is about giving,
Mm.
right? Duty is about giving, whereas desire is about getting. So you're desiring something
Nice.
to get something. And duty is about giving. So this is the main primary difference we can mention.
It's very
Mm.
nice. Function, duty is an action that helps us function in a way so the harmony of the setup of the situation is not compromised.
Not compromised. It all comes
Not
back to
compromised
whatever
means.
we uh, smooth functioning. Let's say in a setup of 10 10 people, in a workplace of 10 people, if one person is sick, then you will feel constrained, that workplace will feel constrained. So there are only 9, but whatever the duty of that 10th person, that will have to be fulfilled for the smooth functioning of that workplace. So the 9 people together will have to make up for that absent person. So duty also
Mm.
calls for not just doing your duty, but also to make up for somebody who is not present. So here mutually we contribute, we help each other. So all these comes into duty to make sure that the smooth functioning of the company is not compromised. So whenever we are in a setup, uh, we are committing ourselves to something more than ourselves. So to something higher. And in doing so, when being in a setup, it involves a growth. It involves our growth both emotionally and at
Mm.
different levels of our personality. I may be lost somewhere, but I hope I have
No.
answered the
Yeah.
question.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that was about this Nitya-Anitya Vastu Vivekaha Kaha. Uh, that first thing, I should examine my life and understand that actually whatever I was desiring, uh, desire is again what? I want to get something. Get what?
Mm.
I'm desiring to get something. Why do I want to get something? Not for the sake of that thing,
Mm.
but for something else. And what is
Right.
that? That
Happiness.
you go to
Mm.
the end and you'll find that it will be happiness and security, and not just any kind of happiness and security, that happiness and security which doesn't come and go. So anitya is what? You are getting happiness and security, but it comes and goes. Whereas nitya vastu, meaning permanent thing, is that which is going to give you that lasting happiness, which doesn't come and go, which stays with
Mm.
you. So examine your life. I want you to again examine your life. So both of you now, and see how, when the particular thing changed, how did you feel? What were the emotions? Were you happy with it when something remained with you just for a moment? एक क्षणिकता હતી, એ વિકાર હતો. So when things changed, how did you feel? When things were just there for a moment, how did you feel? Uh,
I
and
do think about that. And it seems like when things went well, for that momentary happiness, it was easier to breathe.
yes, that's fine. But then it was only momentary.
Yeah, it's
So
momentary.
what
And
are
then
we
suddenly
doing?
a little bit
So our
strain happens again.
so what we are habitually trying to do is replicate that moment again. So why are we desiring the same thing? We think that we will replicate that moment and then we will be happy longer. How? By replicating that particular thing, and that's why we desire more. Is that our life so far? What are we trying to do?
Mm.
That's what we want to examine. What are we trying to do? Uh, are we trying to replicate that momentary happiness, or are we trying to stretch that momentary happiness that I'm able to get? What are we trying to do? And I want you to examine that. Are we going to able to get? Are we going to be satisfied with that? Uh, એક લાડુથી મને ખુશ મળે છે momentary. 4 લાડુ ખાઓ, stretch કર્યું. Am I
Yeah.
going to be happy?
નો
I might
પણ
be
તમે
happy.
એવું ટ્રાય કરો છો ટુ સસ્ટેન ધેટ હેપીનેસ. તમને જે પહેલી વાર જે સારું ફીલ થયું તો તમને એવું લાગે છે કે એવું ને એવું જ સારું વધારે થશે પણ એ થતું નથી, રાઈટ?
Nasi. That's
હમ.
what. Yeah. So that is where we want to probe in.
હા.
Let us
ઓકે.
exactly see what is happening,
હમ.
and then so that's your homework again.
હમ.
Again, with regards to Nitya-Anitya Vastu
હમ.
Viveka, how your desires, when there was a change, and
હમ.
when it stayed with you just for a moment, how did you feel? Or
હમ.
let us say, if this is the reality of whatever you're getting through your desire, fulfillment of your desire, how would you feel? Would you want? Are you actually looking for something like that, or are you
હમ.
looking for something? So just
હમ.
probe a little more, like probe through
ઓકે.
your emotions. You already know what I have said, but probe through your emotions and see how it comes out, and see
હમ.
what your mind is saying.
ઓકે.
Okay,
હમ.
so we will
હમ.
uh, call it a day here,
હમ.
and we will meet the same time tomorrow.
હમ.
Let's do the prayers first.
હમ.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Okay, I'm going to quickly go. Okay.
ઓકે. સી યુ ટુમોરો 5:20 ને?
Tomorrow we can meet at 5:30.
ઓકે, હા. હા ને? ચલો
Yeah.
બાય, હરિઓમ. હા.
Hari Om.
બાય.